Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most freak show in the world that is called PWC. We're here live from Tokyo, Japan, from one more pay-per-view. Now I'm here to tell you about that one. It is called Look Back in Anger. Well, a stripped down version from Don't Look Back in Anger, a song by Oasis, by the way, very good song. But what a name we have for this pay-per-view. Well, we're gonna start things off here tonight with a rematch from Dominatrix. A rematch that, as you know, Erebos didn't know his opponent at Dominatrix until the night of the pay-per-view itself. The opponent was to be revealed by Stratus, and he was revealed as Goldberg. And as we saw in the last couple of weeks, Erebos is not done with Goldberg, and things have gone too far. Fans were complaining about the fact that Goldberg was not part of PWC's roster, so he didn't have the right to have a handle opportunity. But then later on that same night of Dominatrix, Goldberg became part of the roster, and then after that you already saw what happened in the last couple of weeks, what led to this match here tonight. A Look Back in Anger. It was Goldberg defending his PWC World Heavyweight Championship against the former champion Erebos in a KO match, knocked out match. Well, and I guess Goldberg just kept his belt over Erebos. Goldberg is still the PWC World Heavyweight Champion. What is still awaiting him on the next pay-per-view, you've gotta wait to see. Well, moving forward, we've got a triple threat match in which the winner would face the ladies champion in the week after Look Back in Anger pay-per-view. So next week, the winner of this match will face the winner of the ladies championship match later tonight. So as I was saying, it was a #1 contendership match. Stralight Kid facing Syuri and Shaffir. Now the winner of this, as I said, next week will get a ladies championship match opportunity. And out of this match, the winner was Syuri. So Syuri next week will face the winner of the ladies championship match later tonight at PWC. Syuri is defeating, and she has defeated, Stralight Kid and Shaffir in a triple threat match. Now moving forward, so the Kvlt had defend their tag team belts in a tornado tag against the unexpected duo of the Fiend and Boogeyman. Now this is quite interesting because, as you know, in the first week the only person who came out in the middle of the crowd was Fiend himself. Now the following week the exact same thing happened until the lights have gone out again, and come back with Boogeyman in the middle of the ring in the back of Soul Hunter and Arthur Knight. Another thing interesting about this is Boogeyman and the Fiend, well, in the form of Bray Wyatt, had a colliding stare down at Royal Rumble 2015. Now seeing them on the same page, even though Bray Wyatt is holding now a new character by the name of the Fiend, is still quite interesting. But even though this is an unexpected duo and apparently an unstoppable duo, the Fiend and the Boogeyman, this team was not enough to defeat the Kvlt. So for our surprise, the Kvlt are still the PWC Tag Team Champions till this very day. For how many long will this title reigning be kept? Well, only time would tell. Let's move forward now for the European Championship 4-way match. Gabriel facing Zacky, Odinson and Will Ferrera. As we know, all of this went down when Gabriel last week didn't want, and I repeat, didn't want to defend his EU title at this pay-per-view. He wanted to take charge of when he has to defeat it and how he has to defeat it. But Tyson Kidd, as the general manager he is, he made Gabriel pay the price in a triple way, because not only he had to face now one opponent, not two but three opponents in a fatal 4-way match. Now after this, well, it feels like the Kvlt are gaining the night because Gabriel is still the European champion. He defeated Zacky, Leo, Odinson and Will Ferrera in a 4-way match, so he is still the EU champion. Moving forward, then we had Giulia with Tecla on the ringside facing Jessamyn Duke. Now this is quite interesting because Jessamyn Duke wasn't seen in PWC's rings for months. Jessamyn Duke has returned and she started a rivalry with Giulia. When Giulia was speaking with Joseph and Tecla, then Jessamyn Duke came back only with 2 words, like "look back in anger, I see you there." That was an open challenge for Jessamyn to Giulia. And well, Jessamyn just returned in the best way possible because Jessamyn Duke defeated Giulia. So even though Tecla was on the ringside, and even though she was trying to keep Jessamyn distracted, it was not enough. Jessamyn defeated Giulia with no mercy. Then we had Shlak facing Goulão in a HIAC match. Hell in a Cell match. We all know how this went down. BG had a conversation with Shlak on the back. Shlak was talking about his future endeavors, saying that he was gonna take perhaps a break and return on March's pay-per-view. But that was not the case because BG came around and said there were a couple of guys in the back that didn't like him and could face him at February's pay-per-view. Now this was a lie because the only enemy that Shlak seems to have in the very high stakes, or at least one of them, is BG himself. So he led this to Hell in a Cell match, decision made by Tyson Kidd, and Goulão just paid his price because Shlak defeated his ass. Then we had Eli Drake facing EC3. These 2 guys returned exactly on the same night, 1 week after Dominatrix, I believe. One of them was being interviewed, I think it was Eli, when suddenly out of nowhere EC3 came around and had a major arguing with Eli Drake. They start arguing with each other, leading to this match, Eli Drake facing EC3, and Eli Drake just defeated EC3. Ethan Carter III was defeated by Eli Drake. Now let's talk about the main event, the Ladies Championship match. Ladies Championship match. It was Lilith defending her ladies title against both members of the Twisted Sisters, Alisson Hater and Maddie Hater. It was only supposed to be one of these 2, but it was Lilith herself who caused this 3-way because she interfered in the ladies' #1 contender match between Maddie and Alisson a couple of weeks ago. Tyson, as a way of judging her, decided to book this 3-way match for Look Back in Anger, but like I said before, the Kvlt are still winning the night. Lilith is still the ladies champion, besides facing the 2 members of the Twisted Sisters. So it didn't mean nothing because after all, she is still the champion. So now we'll see you in the next pay-per-view in March that is called Spring Fever.